And still on our series, remembering Chief MKO Abiola 21 years after his death.
Correspondent Ola Awakan spoke with some of those who were in the forefront of the struggle to reclaim the June 12, 1993 mandate. They told him the struggle was worth the sacrifice. Here is this report.
My sister, don't come, MKO, action.
Nigerians chose him over his rival on June 12, 1993 at the polls. The euphoria was simply unprecedented. Rather than the song of victory, which had been rehearsed, the bell of annulment rang and the story changed.
It is true that the presidential election was generally seen to be free, fair, and peaceful. However, there was in fact a huge array of electoral practices virtually in all the states of the Federation before the actual voting began.
Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola decided to take a bold step on June 11, 1994 by declaring himself the president of Nigeria in the Ekpetedo area of Lagos. He was immediately arrested by the military junta for that singular action.
And without let or hindrance, chose me as their president.
Installing himself as president, however, led to his arrest by the law enforcement agents.
In a phone interview with the BBC, MKO was full of life as he felt his arrest was just the price to be paid to reclaim his mandates, like Nelson Mandela did for South Africa and others.
Are they letting you talk on the phone to the BBC while they're in the middle of arresting you?
They have come to arrest me, not to arrest my mouth.
You sound very cheerful about it, Chief Abiola.
Of course. You know, it is all part of democracy here.
And you're happy to go to the police and await whatever charges they're going to file against you?
I'm not in any way disturbed by it. Any sacrifice is in order. If it will bring democracy, peace and prosperity to Nigeria.
This period witnessed a series of agitations from civil society groups, human rights activists, journalists, and student unions across the country. Labor unions trooped out in thousands to fight the oppressors.
One of the protests that I remember, happened around Jibowu to Gbobifade, and the soldiers came in from the Gbobifade, orthopedic hospital, because the road had been effectively blocked. They couldn't pass. So they came in through the orthopedic hospital and they caught us where we were addressing the people on that Fadei pedestrian bridge. They started shooting indiscriminately. Of course, a lady, a UNILAG student who stood by my side, was hit. I had to carry her. On my way down the pedestrian bridge, she slumped. I knew that she couldn't make it because there are others who could still make it that are still moving. So I had to put her down, pick another one, took her to the hospital.
There are times I look back and I'm like, what must have given us that let me say bravery or confidence for us to challenge the military rule at that time, because we basically everything we did at that time was like in opposition to what the government of the day stood for.
Many harmless civilians were killed, jailed, shot, and permanently maimed by the military government. Despite the hostility of the then military government, they refused to back down. Ayodele Adewale was a student union leader. His account showed how severe the struggle was.
We had onlookers that joined us, those street boys. And they cocked the gun. We were to be shot dead. The instruction they gave was to shoot us at sight. We could not run. Showore didn't run. I didn't run. We had this belief that cowards die many times before their death. So we stood, and they had aimed. And the next thing they were waiting for was that authority to fire. And they were in touch with Asurok, because we could see one of their commander was talking to them. Then suddenly, I don't know, the commissioner of police there, I think it was Abubakar Sam, I can't remember. He just came from nowhere. And he said, wait. So they waited. And he said, Shore, we have talked yesterday. Why are you carrying out this demonstration today? And he said, we had to.
Nigerians were bent on putting an end to the military rule, hence a fight for all. Members of the National Democratic Coalition, NADECO, were at the forefront.
The kind of humiliation that we went through, nobody will imagine that we could survive it. I, for 33 days under their confinement, did not taste a meal. I was only living on 2 pieces of a banana and Lipton. A Lipton, Lipton tea, a leaf per day. Because I was not sure that I would not be poisoned.
MKO, who was imprisoned in solitary confinement, was announced dead on 7th July 1998, the day he was expected to be released. Of what significance is the struggle to the present-day democratic developments?
No matter how bad the situation is, you have to play your own role in such a way that the majority of the people you are leaving behind will continue to remember you for good. And that was the reason why Abiola's name, it wasn't only Abiola that died, okay? But his name cannot be, erased.
This is a legend in the making.
This is one of the late MKO Abiola's children, though he was a child at the time, but could recall how Nigerians stood firmly for his father's mandate through a nationwide agitation.
They came out, and it wasn't really because of Abiola, it was really because of them. They weren't protesting Abiola's incarceration per se, they were protesting their own rights that they were denied by the whole annulment, and then, once something's annulled, okay, that's one. And then the person who is the flag bearer is now incarcerated. You're basically sending a message to those who voted for him that you don't matter, you don't count. 2
students were killed on that day at Towing Street. They couldn't jump the fence, but we were here. And when the body was brought, I remember I was part of those youths who lowered his body into the grave.
The struggle for the restoration of Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola's mandate did cut across all ethnic groups and religious affiliations. Many were arrested and some were killed in the cause. But the effort would have been further solidified if the man in question, MKO Abiola, had lived to see the manifestation of the vision he had for the nation. Ola Awakan, TVC News, Lagos.